At Tuesday's caucus meeting of the Hudson County Board of Chosen Freeholders, there was a serious disconnect between the elected officials and department heads regarding nearly $2.7 million in emergency temporary appropriations. The appropriation that caused the most confusion was a $750,000 grant issued to the Department of Family Services.
That begs a question as to why didn't we spend the money, and what is the plan to now spend it in this year, since now you're going to have $375,000 more. You're not having $375,000 more. Let's be realistic. If you spent only $375,000 last year, arguably you have 3 times as much money now than you spent last year. Correct?
The allocation that we received is $750,000 for this year and $750,000 for 2015. We are required to have a 50% match. The money that is here is money that is left over from the match of the prior year. We do spend the federal allocations. So we have spent the $750,000. Remember that the initial grant was in 2010, and then we got a supplemental grant in 2012, and so it's been the same grant, but now we have a new allocation for the next 2 years, which is 2014 and 2015.
Despite the best efforts of Director Lopez, Freeholders Bill O'Day and Jose Munoz needed further clarity on the situation. Freeholder Tony Romano attempted to clear up some confusion, but the discussion continued long after that.
During the year, and you're only spending the monies that the federal government's allocating to you, and you may run into a problem at some point in time?
We've asked for permission from the
Freeholder, I will tell you, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, somebody comes in and does an audit, and they go, show us all the money you spent, and show us all the money that we spent.
This particular grant, that's how it's formulated, I'm telling you. I agree with what you're saying, but this is an exception to that.
Now, one quick question, I'm a trader. If we didn't spend all the money last year, when we go and apply this year for the grant again, now we cannot apply for the same amount that we did last year.
No, they gave us the $750.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, we got the $750. We got an award letter for the $750, but the match that wasn't spent, we have to appropriate it into this year. That's what he's telling you.
And why you didn't finish spending the money for the $750? Why you didn't spend all the money if when you filed the grant, you had specified the grant, this is the money that you needed to do the whole year?
Because we have, I think we have 3 or 4 vendors. Now we have quite a few more. If you remember, at the beginning, in November, we went through an RFP process. So we have more vendors now. And then, for example, at the last meeting.
So you should be spending more money, no?
Absolutely. We're going to be spending the full amount.
Well, my question is, why we didn't spend the full amount last year when that's what you projected?
Because we didn't have the number of vendors that we now have.
It doesn't make sense. You're projecting $750,000 for the whole year.
This year, yeah.
For last year, how much you projected for last year?
For $750.
How much you spent?
But we spent $750, but we also spent money from the prior year.
You use the balance from the previous year, correct? And you put it towards this year, and there's still some left over.
The only money we carried from last year is the match.
Right, the 375.
That's correct.
When O'Day finally understood what Lopez had been trying to explain, he was less than thrilled about the fact that the conversation had been drawn out for this long.
Answer my question.
Your answer is, you are correct. We
So
go out of our way to spend the federal money first.
So why didn't you say that? Why didn't you say that 25 minutes ago?
I did say
Instead of dancing us around, Mr. Administrator, oh, we got 3 vendors and we didn't spend the vendor from the match. The reality is, you spend all the federal money first because you don't want to spend the county money. So the county money's always going to lag behind the federal money. You still got to catch up because you're required to do it, and you're rolling the money over because they give you more time to spend the county money.
I'm John Itis, Hudson County TV, Jersey City.